So I just came up with this. So should you or should you not share your desires with, well, friends, family, anybody actually? Well, depends. Depends on how solidified, um, how solidified for you um, this message is. Do you really understand that you've manifested everything in your whole experience? Most likely unaware or subconsciously, but it was still you. If you really understand that, then well, then it wouldn't really matter if you tell someone, a friend, girlfriend, whatever, your significant other or your partner, or just maybe your grandma or a family member or just a friend, whatever. The thing is, well, that's only if you really solidified and proved for yourself that all of this information is actually true and it's based on, well, if you for yourself on personal experience, your own personal experience proved this to be true for yourself, then yes, go ahead. But if you haven't, and your mind or your awareness can be swayed by a random person, so to speak, on the street saying, telling you something and you instantly believe it, or maybe saying you can't amount to anything, maybe your parents or your caretakers, whatever, a family member, doesn't really matter. If somebody can sway you that quickly, so to speak, well, then I'd suggest you just keep all your desires for yourself. And I mean, if you really think from it and you really put your awareness on, well, being, doing, having whatever you desire, and then you drop it as in it's done, or you when it pops up you think from it again, well, then you're good. Then you'll come across it, so you can pretty much also prove in real life, via the five senses of this, so to speak, person or persons or family members or whatever. You can prove to them that actually, well, maybe they won't, believe you, but then again, then you can, so to speak, start a conversation about, well, what you did and the seeds you planted in your mind and how everything went. But Neville always said, like, it doesn't really matter. People will always, so to speak, well, point at the bridge of incidents. They'll say it would have happened anyway. Doesn't really matter how things happened because it would have happened anyway. And that's the thing. It wouldn't have that would not have happened anyway. It's the same with my neighbors moving out. If I stopped believing and stopped claiming more, because it's not even belief, I just know how this works. So I claimed that I don't have any neighbors no more. At this current address where I'm at right now, I don't have any neighbors no more. And well, they're moving out. It took about 6 weeks, but it's all good. It's done. They're moving out as we speak. Like, so the thing is, well, so should you share your desires or not? Well, I'd say most of the time, no, don't, because you don't need to. I mean, it's more like, are you trying to flex on somebody or whatever? I mean, obviously you're not, but a lot of people might actually think that that's what you're doing, saying that you're not being realistic, you're, well, showing them, so to speak, egotistical behavior or whatever. None of that is actually going on. But they don't understand it. That's the thing. If somebody doesn't understand something and you are telling them, well, you're talking about the thing they actually don't understand, and well, they're most of the time, some of the people actually, cognitive dissonance. That's the mind, actually, the brain at that moment, really not being able to realize that what the person is saying might actually be true because you've been so programmed. Well, yeah, to think in a certain way or to think, have beliefs, have a belief system, and even a self concept made up of these beliefs that aren't in itself actually true. They're just neutral, but you prove them to yourself by, well, believing in it actually. And if somebody just, for some reason persuaded you that it's actually true, or for some reason convinced you, then well, in your reality it will be true until you cancel it out, until you revise it or become aware of the opposite of actually being true in your reality. So whatever that may be. So should you or should you not share your desires with your friends or family? Well, I suggest don't do it, unless you are so solidified in knowing this is actually true and you've proved it thousands and thousands of times, which you have, but all these unaware manifestations, so to speak, the things you manifested subconsciously, well, you're not probably happy or whatever about those things because you maybe don't even really understand and realize that it is actually you who did that, unaware. But that doesn't matter. But you put your awareness on, which what you don't cancel out. If you think from something, thinking from being, doing, having anything, you don't cancel that out, and you'll come across it in 3D physical reality. So most of us people have had that with a lot of, well, unpleasant situations, experiences, but that's the whole thing. You can choose differently, choose wisely is what I keep on saying. But yeah, that's, since everything is neutral, that's well based for you, the viewer. All that is, an individualized aspect of all that is pure consciousness. To choose, deliberately choose what you do want to experience. And you do that by focusing or putting your awareness as awareness itself on what you do want to experience. Is it actually that simple? Yes, it is. But shouldn't cancel it out. Just like this guy I was talking to, this family member, actually, it's a family member. And he keeps on canceling everything out. A few weeks and nothing really happens, so to speak. But you can't look at the 3D like that. And yes, you can for like a few seconds, but if you know how to instantly revise and put your awareness on, okay, well, it doesn't matter because I can only be aware of what I'm aware of, so to speak. So if you're aware of waiting or something is not happening, then you're aware of waiting and something is not happening, and then you'll be in that reality. And I actually came across a comment yesterday. I'll make another video on that, but this person said it's so incredibly unfair, you know. Well, as in that if you're busy trying to, so to speak, manifest your desires, what you do want to experience, then it may take weeks, months, even years, and so hard, and you consistently need to remind yourself and be on it. But if you lose it for some reason and you'll start focusing on the negative, you'll start spiraling, then it's instantly, and then you instantly feel negative, and all these things start happening, and it's like as if that works way faster. Now, obviously, I'll give you a little sneak peek. It's still you, okay? And the thing is, you've convinced yourself all these negative things, all these beliefs. You're pretty much living consistently in a negative state. And then you're trying all these things. You're trying to change your life, so to speak, trying to manifest all these desires. It's simply choosing. Creation is finished, which means you're not creating anything. You're actually not even manifesting anything. You're just picking and choosing. But if you choose something and then a few seconds or a few minutes or a few hours or a few days later, you choose something else again, then that's what you'll come across. And it's actually that simple. So obviously I do get where she's coming, or she or he, I don't know, this person was coming from. But it isn't like that. Actually, it works so incredibly fast because if you've convinced yourself of all these negative things, and if you fall back, then you're in that state again. And obviously, instantly they'll all start popping up again. And it's the same with the different reality, your new story. But you have to stay true to it, even if there's no evidence of it at all happening, so to speak, because you are its evidence. It is happening. I assure you that. But that's the whole thing. I can only say that I can make you believe that. So you have to prove that to yourself. If you did that enough, and this is all reminding, this is all reiteration, to keep on simplifying this, but also reminding yourself of, well, the message, the truth. Don't forget, like Shane Missler, you know. Don't forget your true self, pure awareness, who you truly are, because then you'll start falling back, getting not the result you desire to have. Okay, so and you know this for yourself, so if you've solidified and know for yourself that this is true, the manifestation is always. Matter of fact, you're never not manifesting. But are you aware or unaware of it? So are you consciously, deliberately creating, manifesting, once again, choosing? Well, what you're going to come across as in experiences, may it be whatever, wealth, health, freedom, bodily changes like changing your appearance, whatever. Love, anything, okay? So, once again, if you know that from yourself and you know how this works, then of course you can talk to everyone about it if you want to. I mean, I don't really have that desire anymore. Matter of fact, my family doesn't even know that I made this YouTube channel and all of that, because they don't need to. At least right now, I'm choosing that to be my reality. I don't need to tell them any of these things if they don't even believe it. And same for the other family member who consistently can't keep up and stay true to what he's claiming of himself. Then why would I, start talking about my desires? And he's probably trying to take me down and whatever. And it doesn't matter. I know he can't do that. But the thing is, why would you, deliberately put yourself in such a situation, since you don't have to? That's the whole thing. And if you're coming from ego and you're like, oh, I found a secret and now I can like flex on other people, like don't do that, okay? Oh man, egotistical intentions are still based on lack, so to speak. All denial, self denial. So if you're like, trying to, well, show off to other people that you are, you're starting to know about his knowledge or anything like that, then it will come back to you. You come in situations and you'll come across things that give off that same energy, so to speak. So why would you do that? Why would you? Well, that's up to you. Okay, that's up to you. If you want to do that, then go ahead. But I suggest don't do that because it's not really going to take you anywhere. So should you share your desires? Yes or no? I would say if you're sure and you know all of this is actually true, then why not? Go ahead. If you understand that this person is even open to, be open minded enough to, well, believe in you, or even, whatever. If they're like empowering you, then why you could do it. But if they're not, then I suggest don't do it at all, because well, they will try to bestow their limited beliefs upon you. They'll try to take you down. Because they don't believe in themselves, so why would they believe in you? And that's the whole thing, and that could actually slow your whole process, so to speak, down if you let it. But then again, that's why I'm suggesting I wouldn't share my desires with anybody unless they're, well, it's okay, it's good, it's okay, it's empowering to share that with them. So that's a quick video, whatever. I had to share this with you, and well, choose wisely.